Darcey Edwards here with Queen Bee Leadership Training, and today my special guest is Dara Schumacher with the Hillsborough Chamber of Commerce. She is their membership. Okay, what's your title today? Because when I did it was a different title. I'm sorry?
Membership representative.
Membership representative. Either way. I was a coordinator, but then I would always give myself a promotion and say I was a director. So, all right. So why don't you take a few minutes and just explain to people who are business owners, what is the benefit? I mean, I know it. The benefit of being a member of the Hillsborough Chamber. Let's talk about that for a moment.
Well, I think the biggest benefit of being a member of the Hillsborough Chamber is knowing that you're surrounded by like-minded people. And people thrive, humans thrive when they're in an environment where they're uplifted, where with kindred spirits, where our goals are maybe in a different category of business type, but our goals are still the same, to excel in our field. And the Chamber allows for that growth. They offer community connections, but they also offer an advocacy piece that I find in the Hillsborough Chamber of Commerce to be far above anything that is offered here in Oregon. And having now been a part of many of our different group chamber meetings, I find that we're far surpassing some of the things that are being offered in our country. So the work that your sister, Deanna, is doing to really stand up and say, hey, this is the best thing for our businesses here in Hillsborough. This is where we can. What?
She may not like me.
What? So, I feel like that's a huge piece of what is offered. And, I hate to say that the value is, what you're spending on an annual membership for a group, you can't beat it, right? The support that you're going to get, even if you attend just one networking thing a month and know that advocacy piece is here, especially during the times that we're in, you can't beat that pricing. And I don't want to be the bargain thing that you're shopping for, but it is absolutely a value. So
it is. I mean, I pay a lot of money to be in a lot of different groups. I mean, and always the biggest bang for my buck is chamber, right? And the reason I say that, and I tell people you should always, and my sister Deanna Paul would agree, and actually, is that you should always belong to your local chamber as your first line and that first foundation of your marketing. Just because they've been around for 100. How many years are you guys on?
125. Yes.
So that's the original. Networking is in
chamber.
Yeah, okay. And it really does have that component. I've visited pretty much all the chambers around, and I would say that piece where they will actually, I know she goes to city council every week and sits through those, I'm sure, incredibly boring meetings sometimes. But there's always like this little nugget of a sentence that was said that's like, oh, but that affects us over here. And so not everyone has that. And we're actually known as the fun chamber.
We actually are. I get so much feedback about the fact that our chamber is friendly.
Yes.
And that's a big stumbling block for people who are trying to join a chamber or looking to be a part of an organization that helps to legitimize their business, and to know that you can actually come to an event and feel welcome first time out and kind of get the gist of what's going to happen for the meeting and want to return. that's a great credit to what the chamber is offering.
Absolutely. So tell me, I know I used to do your job, so I know that before it was a lot of like meeting people in person and having that conversation. How has your job changed over this fun little time that we've been having?
It's kind of interesting. I'm still, obviously not face to face as much as I prefer. I'm definitely a people person, but I would say that my conversations on the phone are effective because they're looking for an answer and I'm getting them the answer. So it's the same without the face to face. We've gone to all these virtual things with almost all of our different offerings, Wake Up Hillsborough, Professional Women's Alliance, the Hillsborough Young Professionals, and now Monday Morning Brew. We have so many and they're all virtual. So I'm seeing everybody's face and still getting my fix where I can see everybody smile, and that's important to me. But I've also been able to get out and talk to community members who are still open, find out what their needs and concerns are, and really, be of super value, not just a hi, how are you doing, but, what is it you need today? I'm here. Take advantage of the fact I'm here and tell me your list. And so that's really been great.
Yeah, I know I got a phone call from one of the staff members, and I said, "Oh, hey, how's it going?" Blah, blah. And I started talking. She goes, "No, no, no. The reason I'm actually calling you is I just want to see how you're doing, and do you need help with anything?" And I'm like, "Oh, really? Okay." So I know that you guys did that, and you reached out to, businesses to evaluate to see how they're doing and how can we support you and how can we help you. So why don't you tell everyone about the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday classes, where they can find those, because they're really good informational for anyone they don't have to be a member to access that. And so why don't you talk to us about that?
Okay. So the small business series workshop is actually turns out to be just fantastic. Everybody needed to learn something while they had this downtime, and how to address getting grant money initially, and some of those things that right out of the gate we had to address. And so the series was put together by the Small Business Entrepreneurial Group, and it's on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, usually a different topic. It has sort of landed that Thursday is a roundtable discussion, usually has a topic, and then they kind of review or they address things that have just come up at the end of the week, which is a great opportunity to check back if things have changed in what's going on in our community. And you can find all of that stuff on the Hillsboro Chamber website, hillsborochamberor.com, and go to the events tab, click down to calendar, and it's all there. You click on register. It's free. So it gives you a Zoom invite so that you can just join on the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday that you've registered for. So then if you miss it, you can still catch it. So it's also on the Hillsboro Chamber YouTube channel. So you can there's really no reason to not say you didn't see it, because you can go watch it. But the information is outstanding, and they are mostly presented by professionals and experts for those topics from our actual community. So they're speaking to you about what you need to know about your business here in Hillsboro, which is super important.
Yeah, I was actually a presenter on there, and I called it a not a very sexy topic of like using DocuSign, which I'm like, ugh, really?
It's important.
But it was. And so there was a gentleman on that call, and he did a property management and rental business. And so he was like super interested in doing that. And I said, "Oh, I buy and sell houses all the time online. Happens all the time. People will come and we'll do the whole thing all online, inspection, everything. I show him videos before, after. I've been doing that for years." And he's like, "Really?" And so we connected, I went to LinkedIn, And he had messaged me like a week later, and he goes, "Oh my gosh, I did my full everything done. The only time I met the person was to give them their keys." And I
That is
said,
awesome.
"Was that pretty awesome?" And he goes, "It
That's
was
so awesome.
phenomenal." So yeah, those are great ideas. You get great ideas on how to do stuff because every day is a new day of how you're gonna,
Yeah.
navigate this new way of doing business. So, what is like three things that you can tell a new business, because businesses are going to be opening during COVID. That's going to
Yeah.
happen. People are going to find a need and they're going to do it. But can you give them three top tips from Dara on how to get that business hopping?
Well, I would say use what you know. Use what's easy for you, because this isn't the time to try to recreate some kind of technology you aren't comfortable using, or that's going to time suck you. Time is your enemy here. You want to be jumping on it. So if you're comfortable with Facebook, get on Facebook. If you're comfortable posting on your website, go ahead and do that. But make sure all your branding looks the same so it's recognizable, because people tend to see something and think that's who you are. And so if you put up something new that looks completely different, they're not expecting that, they're not going to find you. So you want to make things cohesive, you want to use what you know, and you want to be quick. Everything is going to happen at lightning speed because everyone needs to get business right now. And so if you're a restaurant, you need to be the first one to the gate. You need to be telling everybody how to find you, what your new rules and regulations are, and how you're going to proceed with business. And that's what people want to know, because they want to get out. They want to take their family, and they can't if they don't know, because they're not going to bring their kids. They're not going to expose people in their family if it's not going to be safe. So make sure you're addressing those concerns right away. They know what food you serve because they liked you before. Right. Talk about what you're doing to keep people safe, be quick, and use what you're comfortable with.
Absolutely. That's great. That's great advice. And yes, I do want to get out.
Me too.
I'm very social, so it's been a little bit harder. But maybe we can go to.
Wow. Yes, we're definitely going to go to HIP. That's number one.
Section. All right. So if you're a new business in Hillsborough, connect with Dara so you can become a member of the Hillsborough Chamber. Not that it's mandatory, but I might tell you it's mandatory. With underlying, I'm joking, right? Okay. But A, connect with Dara. B, get online, go to those classes, check out some different things to do, and get some new ideas. And then C, connect with other people on Facebook who are members and talk to them. And we want to do business together. And if you're not a member of the Hills, this book is magical. It has all of our membership in it. This is a great resource for people moving here. It's a great resource for if you're a new business. These are your support people. So get a copy of this. I can get that to you. Dara can get that to you. You can pick one up at the chamber. And
you can also find it online on our website. Yeah. Our website is so full of great information, and it's easy to find. It's under resources. Click on the Hillsborough magazine, and it's there.
I love it because I actually, to be honest, I go through it and I highlight.
Oh yeah, great tool.
I have that I go to a lot. I do like to have something like this, and then I use it as like my phone book, right? So
yes, it is. It's supposed to be that way.
Yeah, and I carry
thing in it this year though for the 125th anniversary, which I know we haven't talked much about because COVID kind of took over, but
it overshadowed it a little.
I mean, it's so sad because this is so momentous for the chamber, but that particular directory has so much great information about Hillsborough and the growth that we've shared as a community and lifting each other up in the small business world, and some fantastic photography from back in the day, which just takes you back. And so it's really worth just even to read. Yeah, it has some great articles.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us. making time
Thanks
in
for
your
having me.
schedule to see us and talk to us. And it was good to have a conversation with just you and be able.
Always good to talk with you, Darcey.
All right. Take care, Dara.
Thank you. Have fun.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.